Hey everyone, Manny here, and in this video I am going to share with y'all my console collection, the handheld ones, the stuff that I've bought ever since I embarked on this retro game collecting journey way back when, since 2020. It feels so distant now since right now we're starting a new year, 2024. But anyways, if you're new to this channel, consider liking the video and subscribing for more content like this. So all that out of the way, let's just get started with the video, shall we? Alright, so let's start with the Game Boy collection, starting off with the Game Boy Color. To my left is the Kiwi edition, and to my right is the Atomic Purple one. So this was like their foray into like color screen technology. The OG Game Boy ones, like the really big ones, wasn't really like a color screen. It was like monochromatic, so just a lot of whites, a lot of greens. And I'm putting this at an angle because I know my camera's in the way. It casts like a big shadow on it. And for its time, it's really cool. Having owning one, man, it was everything. And I can remember, getting this on, I believe for Christmas or birthday. My dad bought me one just for like as a reward for just being a good student. And I'm gonna turn up the volume a little bit. And that good old mono sound. So again, one speaker. Again, you were so limited into like the technology that you had during the 90s. But it was cool. For its time, it was cool. And it still has its charms to this day, I think. So these aren't the original ones that I had when I was a kid. I bought these back, like I said, when I started collecting way back in 2020. And I haven't been lucky enough, or have been fortunate enough, or I just don't have the time to build up the library, like buy back some of the games I used to have when I was a kid. But hopefully in this year, I'll get a chance to do that. All right, I'm gonna put these aside and let's talk about the Game Boy Advance stuff. And this is an update to the Game Boy Color in a sense that this bad boy can produce like Super Nintendo quality games. And so I'm gonna turn up the volume rocker. And hopefully you can see like a change in like just graphical capability here, just from the intros alone, okay? As you can see, just stuff moving, like the background changing faster, more fluid, more fidelity, I would say, to just like the renders here. And this bad boy is capable of a lot. And you can see the motions there. And this was released, I believe, in 2002. This is the Toys R Us edition, and I never owned like the store exclusive consoles. I never had any desire to during the time of these initial runs, but I can see why Toys R Us, Target would do so, just to increase like sales and stuff. And this is Pokemon Ruby. All right, and the last one is the SP edition. Again, this is another update. So notice how Nintendo, they take their time, but they do the updates. They'll update their technology as best as they can. And what's cool about this is that it's backlit. So I did probably forget to mention that the console that I mentioned before, this one didn't have like the backlit capability, but this one does. So you can play this one at night if you choose to, right? But a drawback to this is that it doesn't have an audio jack. So, I mean, what you get from the speaker is what you get. I think there was like an adapter during this time, but I could be wrong. And I mean, maybe somebody will tell me that, that there is an adapter to connect your headphones to it. Hopefully there is. And if there is, I'll probably buy that. And there you have it, my Game Boy stuff. All right, let's talk about the PSP. Now, this is the only console that I own that's not from Nintendo. This is really a cool console. What's cool about it, that this bad boy produces the games in the quality of like the PS2, PS1. So fully rendered, like just 3D graphics on the go. And I thought, that's pretty impressive for Sony to do that. This was their way of competing with the Game Boy from Nintendo. And not only that, I feel like at the same time it doesn't get the same recognition as like the stuff that was made, like the handheld consoles that was made during the 2000s. I feel like the Sony PSP doesn't get enough recognition that it should. What's cool about it is you can listen to music if you choose to, watch movies. So they use UMDs to store your games, your movies, and you actually could take or hold pictures, which I thought was really cool. There isn't a camera feature on there unless there might have been like an adapter for it. Again, I could be wrong. I didn't own one during the initial run. This is the one I bought, I believe 2021, when I made a video about it. And there you go. So I'm gonna turn up the volume, and I think this is Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection. I thought I'd put Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection, and hopefully it'll load up. And you'll probably hear like some screeching in the background, and that's because, yeah, there you go. That is because it's reading the UMD. A major drawback from this is that if you drop enough times, and which I could tell the original owner did, the screeching becomes more apparent. So these weren't like the most durable handhelds. And this is the opening movie. So I'm gonna play this for a little bit. And if you're comparing this to like the Game Boy stuff that I just showed y'all, this is a big graphical leap. And just like the Game Boy, in terms of collecting, I haven't built up the library like I should. Maybe this year in 2024, I get to do that. And I believe this is dual or stereo sound. I think it has 2 speakers. But like I said, I'm really impressed, even to this day, about the quality of graphics, the quality of the CGI that this console produced for its time. And Tekken 5, one of my favorite fighting games as well, personal favorites. You can never sleep on Tekken. Alright, let's skip over. I think we're done. And there you have it. Alright, I'm gonna let this rest because it's gonna screech some more. So there you have it, the PSP. Alright, so here are my 3DS consoles. So to the left is the original 3DS, and to the right is the new 3DS XL. I think that was the official name that they gave it. And this is the Majora's Mask version, which I bought, I think it was day 1 or just the first week that it was released. And I still have it to this day. So I try my best to take care of it, but you can tell there's some wear and tear, some typical wear and tear that you would have with a handheld like this. And so they decided, hey, since technology is advancing and they can produce graphics in the style of like the N64, let's create a console for that. And this is really cool. They're more or less the same. The only difference that there are few select games that will only operate on the new 3DS XL. Okay. And I'm gonna turn on here Star Fox 64 3D. I think that's the name of the title there. Just because I feel like it really does a good job of showcasing like the capability of the console. I know there's other games that do a similar job, if not better, but I just found a love for Star Fox 64 on this console for some reason.
Message from General Pepper, Priority 1.
And like I said, they released a lot of N64 ports, Ocarina of Time being one of them.
And is trying to take over Corneria. Our army alone can't do the job. Hurry, Star Fox.
And you notice that this is a graphical leap from the Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color stuff. But this is really cool. Just a great leap of technology. And for its time, and I know we're speaking like about 10 years ago since this was released, it sold really well. So I was really impressed. All right, let me skip up. It's about to, yeah, it's gonna continue. All right, we're gonna just go to the screen. And there you have it. All right, really cool stuff there. Okay, so we come to the conclusion of the video. This is the final batch of handheld consoles, and I'm gonna include the Nintendo Switch. Yes, you could play from the comfort of your home, but you can also take this on the go. And this was their way, Nintendo's way of combating the PS3, PS4 era of games, Xbox 360, Xbox One era of gaming. And wouldn't you know it, this year marking their 7th year of their cycle, it is on pace to be one of the biggest selling consoles of all time, which is really neat in the grand scheme of things, especially in this day and age. This isn't the most what you would consider up to date and graphic capability, right? But what I have in my hand is the non-OLED model. And I'm just going to compare the displays of the non-OLED model and the OLED model. And unfortunately, for whatever reason, I just can't display like the software. I do not know why. Just maybe my network or just the console, or maybe just because I'm signed on multiple accounts at one time. Probably has something to do with it. But hopefully you can see like just the display and the quality of the screen output. So during this run, I spent the majority of my time with this console. This is the first one that I purchased in 2018. I was wrapping up college and I just needed something to keep me busy until I was like, you know, completing my last stretch there, right? And throughout the years, I've collected, and I made a few videos on some of these consoles, and hopefully you can check it out on my channel. The exception being the Tears of the Kingdom model, which I bought in its haste. There's a funny story about it. I think it was the last of the few ones, and I just didn't want to pass up on it. And that tends to happen when you have that urge to buy something. You know, if you don't know when the next batch, or if there will be a next batch of production for a certain thing, you just have that FOMO, I guess, so to speak. But there you have it, just my Nintendo Switch consoles. I don't plan to buy any more of these Switch consoles because I think 4 is enough, especially for myself. But like I said, we're at the end. Hopefully you enjoyed it, you made it this far, and I really appreciate the time you're taking to watching this, and hopefully you get something out of it. So all that out of the way, again, let me express my gratitude. I'll see you on the next one, guys, and take care.